Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen here with Sports Choice Plus, bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering, is it time for a hard reset in Miami? Before I get right to that, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the Miami Dolphins the last couple of years, they've had essentially the same problem. Tua's been injured. The offense has been stagnant. They've been 1 win and 14 losses against good teams. And you look at them possibly leading a rebound or either a rebuild. When you look at everything this team has on it, they've had a couple of good offensive runs. They've had a stretch where offensively nobody could touch them. But then when people started to look at tape and people started to look at the coaching, and then it was one thing after another, they caught up to them. Now, mind you, Tua, loved him at the University of Alabama, loved him as a quarterback, but you got to think they passed on Justin Herbert to take Tua. Justin Herbert, who is head and shoulders above Tua as far as talent-wise, is essentially being great in his element where he is. He's a reason why the Chargers are a perennial playoff team, and essentially they're doing a lot better than the Dolphins right now. When you look at Coach McDaniel, you got to ask yourself, what is going on with the offense? You know, he's very popular in Miami. He's very popular with the players. And as, you know, Dolphins fans see him, he's very lighthearted. He's very jokingly. He's a class clown, but in a good way. But you got to think, when you think about all the problems that this team has, the finesse, the lack of offensive line to protect Tua, the retiring of certain offensive linemen, the lack of size wide receiver-wise, and now at this point, you don't really have a defense you can hold your hat on. What are they expecting in Miami? From the standpoint of everything that Tua can give you, he's going to give you 6 or 7 games. You're like, wow. Tua's just great. He's throwing for all these yards. He's throwing touchdowns. He's hitting Tyreek Hill. They're doing a celebration. Tyreek's doing a peace sign. But what after that? After those 6 games, you still have more games to play. Look at that run that they had where they were the best team in the NFL record-wise, and then they end up losing a couple games. They had to go to Kansas City in the cold, and they got snuffed. That's what the Dolphins team really is. And I think McDaniels has underachieved. When you look at the spending, when you look at the roster moves, when you look at the trades, when you look at everything they have, it's very little evidence that shows that Mike McDaniel is a good football coach. Yes, he's had very much good reputation from an offensive standpoint at times, but he's surrendered so much offensively against his team where the defense doesn't show up. There's no type of fight. There's no type of camaraderie defensively, and now you're looking at the Dolphins organization saying, where are they right now? Do they need to hit the reset button and possibly trade Tua? They've already paid him. Do they rearrange their thought process and take a cap hit and really reset the draft and get a whole bunch of draft picks, because they don't have a lot of draft picks to choose from? They don't have a farm system that they can go to and tap on these guys and say, hey, we need you, come up. They're stuck in salary cap purgatory, and they've paid most of their people, and now they're just looking at us like, hey, we're trying to make it. Do we really think the Bills are going to be losing to the Dolphins in any type of playoff scenario, or either for the playoffs? Do we really think that the New England Patriots are going to come behind the Dolphins at this point with the way that they're building this offseason? The answer is no. As much as I like Coach Mike McDaniel, and I like his quirkiness, I like his jokes, I like his dark humor, it doesn't win football games. It doesn't put rafters up when you're winning 1 or 2 games here or there. Because they're going to have to face it. If they're not playing in Miami, they're going to have a tough test against some of these teams that are bigger, that are playing in domes, that are playing in colder conditions. They're doing so much more than the Miami Dolphins can do right now. Yes, the Miami Dolphins have that early advantage when they're playing and the sun is beaming down on other teams on the sideline. That's an advantage. But for 1 or 2 games. When it's all said and done, the Miami Dolphins are not a playoff team. They're not going far with Tua, and Tyreek Hill wants out. So you got to think about this. Are you going to sacrifice the future of your franchise to do what exactly? It's time for the Miami Dolphins to look into resetting, cleaning house, and that's the front office. That's the coaching staff as well. And that's also the quarterback as well. Wide receivers, the defense, hitting the hard reset button and rebuilding this team. All you Dolphins fans, get in the comment section below. All you NFL fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. We'll see you on the next episode.